In this video, I want to say a few words about expert systems and help people understand this expert system for creating financial reports. So the first thing to understand is the pieces that are necessary for creating an expert system. So starting at the bottom, this is a rules-based system as opposed to a machine learning system. Machine learning is basically based on statistics, based on patterns. Rules-based is based on rules. So a rules-based system can be more precise, and you want financial reports to be precise. So therefore, you need to use mainly a rules-based system for creating reports. So to put together an expert system, you need to have knowledge. You have to acquire that knowledge, take the knowledge, get it into a knowledge graph. You have to have software that can reason against that knowledge graph. You have to have a way that a human can understand the reasoning that is occurring, a justification and explanation mechanism. And you have to tie all this into a user interface. So what most people are doing is the knowledge graph is substandard, and therefore they're building applications that use a substandard knowledge graph. They don't have a reasoning engine. They do, they basically use if-then statements, and they don't provide all of the justification and explanation that you need to create a report correct. And because of that, the applications are not very good, and they can't create high-quality reports, or they could create high-quality reports, except there's so much human involvement that it's just cumbersome and time-consuming to use the application. So what this expert system does is something completely different. So I'm controlling all of these things. So I'm building the taxonomies. I'm building them per the Seattle method, which is a method that was gleaned from looking at the mistakes of the taxonomies of people that report to the SEC and the ESMA. And we built a logic engine that understands the logical model of a business report, the standard business report model. And we built a reasoning engine that is specific for financial reporting, and a justification mechanism, an explanation mechanism that is specific to financial reporting. And we're tying all this into a user interface. And I'm controlling all of this stuff because I'm talking to the software engineers. I'm building this. I am a trained accountant. I understand the accounting aspects. If I don't understand it, I know people I can call and get information. So basically, to look at this another way, Pacioli is a financial report logic engine. It's specifically for financial reporting. Prolog is a general purpose tool. But we take this general purpose tool, we add this logical theory describing a financial report, and then Pacioli becomes a precision tool for analyzing the logic of a financial report. So the logic is expressed in these taxonomies. So you have the XBRL specification. You have a base reporting taxonomy. You have a report model, and you have the facts that go into a report. If the base model is bad, for example, the US GAAP or the IFRS taxonomy is bad, that impacts the report. If the base taxonomy is bad, that impacts the report model that people create. So basically, what people are doing is they're creating substandard reports using a substandard base taxonomy, and I'm avoiding all of those problems. And I'm using a logic engine to help me make this stuff correct, the report model. And we're also creating this expert system, Luca, for creating the report, which uses the Pacioli logic and reasoning engine that also it's a feedback loop, and we use the feedback of the reports we've created to make sure that we're using the proper techniques of creating reports. So all this stuff works together. So basically, I'm controlling this whole process. Plus, we have the right set of rules, and that allows us to create proper applications with proper interfaces. So what is technical about this? What is technical about this? So you got some funky looking stuff. You have a name that has a namespace prefix in it. That's about as technical as it gets. Let's see what's this last slide. So what this is a screenshot of Pesseract. Pesseract is a desktop application, and we built it to understand financial reports. It is a working proof of concept. It's not a commercial application for two reasons. Number one is we built it as a desktop application, and everybody else in the world moved to cloud-based applications, so we kind of have to redo it. And secondly, we were learning a bunch of stuff, and we used what we learned about when building Pesseract to understand how to build a cloud-based application. So this application is a purely cloud-based application, and this is the expert system that I'm showing you in these videos in this playlist. And I'm going to leave it at that. The point is, this is a deliberate, methodical, rigorous process that we're going through. This is not a haphazard process, and we're not using, substandard taxonomies. We're using high-quality taxonomies to figure out how to do this stuff right, as opposed to, just copying what the FASB and the ESMA do, because they're just not getting it right. So I'm going to leave it at that.